Part 4. The Monk. Lan Wangji stopped a respectful distance from the monk, dropped to his knees and bowed. Xiao Zhan felt something hit the back of his knees. It was Lan Wangji's sheathed sword. He dropped to his knees and bowed. "I seek your wisdom," Lan Wangji said, and straightened up but stayed on his knees. Xiao Zhan decided to just copy whatever Lan Wangji was doing. He didn't want that sword anywhere near him again. The old monk sat there pondering Lan Wangji's request. "Let's meditate," he finally said, and quickly lit another stick of incense. Lan Wangji moved from his knees to a cross-legged position on the floor with admirable ease and grace. Xiao Zhan clumsily followed suit, marveling at how much work Lan Wangji had done to get into character. He watched Lan Wangji closely as he meditated, trying to find something he could use to expose the hoax. But Lan Wangji never moved a muscle the entire time. The more Xiao Zhan watched him, the more he admired his ability to stay in character. It must be some kind of face mask, he thought. I wonder who's behind it. The monk beckoned to Lan Wangji to approach. Xiao Zhan got up to follow him, but the monk raised his hand and said, "Stop. We have private personal matters to discuss. Stay where you are." This sucks, Xiao Zhan thought. Lan Wangji sat on a cushion next to the monk. The monk put out his hands. Lan Wangji placed his hands in the monk's hands. They were both silent for a while. "I should have brought my script with me," Xiao Zhan thought. Then they started talking in hushed tones. Xiao Zhan tried to hear what they were saying, but after a while he gave up. Without being able to see their lip movement well enough, it was impossible to make out anything they were saying. As time passed, Xiao Zhan started to look more and more like a bored Wei Wuxian. He was seriously questioning his life decisions. Specifically, the last 24 hours. After an hour, sleep-deprived Xiao Zhan fell asleep. Someone was shaking his shoulder. "Mr. Xiao." "Huh?" "They are done." It was the monk who had brought them in. "Han Guangjun," the old monk bellowed. "Is that the first person you met when you arrived here?" Lan Wangji nodded. "Approach," the old monk said. Xiao Zhan painfully stood up. One of his legs had fallen asleep. Trying as hard as he could to not limp, he walked towards the old monk. "Humph. Well, I suppose he will have to do." He turned to Xiao Zhan. "You are to help Han Guangjun with his quest here." "Me? How did this happen? Is the old monk in on the hoax too? Damn. This is getting more and more elaborate with every passing hour. Something will definitely give soon," he thought. Sure, happy to help Han Guangjun, Xiao Zhan said, smirking with his back to the monk. A few more bows and they finally left the room. As they walked back to the car, they saw a woman with a young girl praying. The girl ran up to Lan Wangji and threw her arms around him. "You're like me," she exclaimed. Her mother ran up and started apologizing for her daughter's behavior, but Lan Wangji graciously told her it was fine. Xiao Zhan noticed hearing aids on the girl. "Is she hard of hearing? Are you here to pray for a procedure to fix her hearing?" Xiao Zhan asked. The mother dropped her gaze. "No, those are to filter out noise. She's autistic. She constantly complains about noises no one else can hear. These seem to fix the problem." "Then we are alike," Lan Wangji said to the mother. "I often hear things others can't as well." Lan Wangji bent down and gently pinched the little girl's cheek. Then he kept walking to the exit. "We should hurry, they will be closing the gate soon." Xiao Zhan and the girl's mother stared at each other for a moment. "Pleasure to meet you," Xiao Zhan said to the woman and rushed off to catch up with Lan Wangji, who was moving at an impressive pace. When they got back in the car, Lan Wangji turned to Xiao Zhan and said, "I apologize for doubting you earlier today. You were being truthful when you said you don't know what direction Gusu is. The monk told me this is called the modern world, and that I need to rely on your guidance to navigate this world and complete my quest. Where do I go to purchase appropriate clothing? I may need a way to obtain more currency while I'm here, so I can pay you for my stay." "We'll talk about it all in the morning," Xiao Zhan said. Then he immediately thought to himself, "Damn it, I just committed myself to another night with that sword in my house." "What am I doing? This guy is just too good." But he knew he wanted Lan Wangji to stay. At least, until he figured out who he was and what he was up to. When they got back to the house, Lan Wangji asked where the bathhouse was. Xiao Zhan showed him to a guest bedroom that had a private bathroom with a bathtub and a shower. He showed him how to turn the water on and off, and how to adjust the water temperature. Then he provided him with some soap, a toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant. Next came towels and washcloths. He also gave him a change of clothing. He chose long pants and a long-sleeve shirt because he suspected Lan Wangji would complain if he gave him shorts and a tank top. He wasn't trying to get him with little things anymore. He was going for the big stuff now. No one can be an expert at everything the character they are playing is an expert at. He had no idea how to play the flute. But he had spent many hours pretending to play a flute. Sometimes it had seemed like talking and playing the flute were the only things Wei Wuxian ever did.